How IndiGo really gamed the system, so to speak, didn't adjust the rosters when that's what they were supposed to do. Remember, a 2-year notice was given to them. It's not like the government just sprung a surprise on them saying that you have to do it. They gave them 2 years to figure this out. They didn't, clearly. They refused to update the Boeing roster software. They lobbied with the DGCA for flight duty leeway, lobbied for more night landings. They also did not hire the requisite flying crew when they were supposed to do it, knowing that a vacuum would be created and that would have to be adjusted. Airline kept delaying the full pilot rosters, and that's how they evaded all of this for 2 years, and the repercussions were there for all of us to see. At the end of the day, the flyers ended up paying very heavily. Mayhem and chaos entered the 7th straight day today as IndiGo crisis shows no sign of easing. As of the morning of the 8th of December, over 400 flights stand cancelled. 134 in Delhi, 127 in Bengaluru, 112 in Hyderabad, 71 in Chennai City, 21 in Ahmedabad and 16 in Srinagar. At Delhi's International Airport, a pile-up of baggage was seen across terminals a day after the airline was ordered to return all displaced luggage to passengers. The DGCA has granted IndiGo an additional 24 hours to respond to its show-cause notice. Delhi Airport has issued an early morning advisory. IndiGo flights continue to face delays. Passengers must check flight status before heading out. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court refused to admit an urgent mentioning by a lawyer seeking intervention in the ongoing IndiGo crisis. The bench made it clear that the court can't run an airline, noting that the government has already taken note of it. The Supreme Court added that timely action appears to have been taken, declining to step in, leaving the matter to the executive's handling. Well, IndiGo's last status report from December 7 says 137 of 138 destinations are back online with over 1,650 flights planned. On-time performance has climbed to 75% is what they've said.
Hundreds of the bags still lying at the Delhi airport amidst the crisis triggered by the IndiGo. And the number is not actually eventually hundreds, but probably even in thousands. And that we see now the baggages are being returned by the IndiGo staff at Delhi's Terminal 1 airport. But that explains the fury and the tragedy. It was triggered by the IndiGo number of these baggage. Perhaps such massive crisis been seen first time in a decade that we see in a huge number. Still remains, no one knows that how soon it will be back to normalcy. But even the IndiGo is not able to predict. However, they're saying the situation restoring normalcy gradually, even on Monday. Nearly departure and arrival combined makes 100 flights only from national capital remain cancelled. The situation could be similar to other cities as well. But these baggages lying down here at Delhi's Terminal 1 airport explains the furious situation that was perhaps never seen in a decade in the Indian aviation industry. At Delhi's Terminal 1 airport with Pawan, I'm Ashutosh. Mishra for India Today.
The situation at Kolkata airport is getting back to normalcy steadily. And IndiGo flights which remain cancelled seems to be back on track. However, not all flights are running as per schedule. There are certain flights which have been rescheduled, but most of the flights that were supposed to depart from Kolkata airport seems to be on time, and situation today seems to be getting back to normalcy steadily. This is the very bay which on the 5th and 6th we had seen was made for the passengers who entered from this departure point to the airport and had their flights cancelled coming out of same gates. But this time around, no such bay have been made. But there are certain people who have faced the brunt. People in large number of flocking in to get inside the airport, and most of the passengers remain to be of the IndiGo flights. As IndiGo have categorically stated that they are trying to disseminate information to the passengers for rescheduling their flights. It seems that in the first place, after 3 to 4 days of the chaos, the IndiGo is now disseminating information to its passengers, trying to inform them regarding the rescheduled time and date of respective flights, and henceforth the chaotic situation that we witnessed on 5th and 6th here in Calcutta airport does not seem to be happening at this moment. With video journalist Argo Ghosh, this is Tapas Sengupta for India Today in Kolkata.
5 तारीख तो नहीं हुआ, फ्लाइट कैंसिल एकदम लास्ट टाइम में हुआ, 5 नहीं हुआ, फिर वो हम लोग उनको लेके 6 को आए, 6 को भी नहीं हुआ, तो कल मैसेज दिया कल कुछ नहीं होगा, yesterday आज वो आए हैं 4 बजे मेरा लड़की के मोबाइल में मैसेज आया कि आज होगा.
Well, Well, the Supreme Court has said the government has taken action. You also heard, in fact, from the Minister in question of Civil Aviation, who spoke about it in Parliament today, with the opposition now saying that this is not something that should have been allowed and that action has to be taken against IndiGo Airlines if they have not, or rather, if this isn't arm twisting, then what is really is the question that the opposition is asking, as thousands of passengers continue to bear the brunt really of these cancellations of IndiGo, in fact, throwing the entire system out of gear because they couldn't adhere to a one-to-one rule, in fact, that was laid down for them by the government when it comes to rostering and spacing out the rostering that they were supposed to do, and they did not. Politics has been snowballing. Opposition has been raising this demand and asking these questions of the Aviation Ministry. The winter session is underway. The minister in question told the Rajya Sabha that the IndiGo crisis was an operational issue created by the airline itself. He said the ministry had been in constant touch, holding a meeting as early as the 1st of November where IndiGo sought clarifications that were duly provided. He said an inquiry has been ordered and example would be set, not just for IndiGo but for the entire aviation sector, is what he said. Listen in.
What is the alternative? আমি একটা প্ল্যান স্টপ করে দিলাম। So what is the other option for public, for commoners? I'm feeling sad, and it's most unfortunate incident that without any planning, all the maximum flight has been totally stopped. I have never seen this type of total stagnant situation, and it's a disaster. It's a disaster that Government of India should have planned something. Then they should have done all the instruction without making any plan. How do you disturb the people, harass the people like anything?
This is nothing but a government-made disaster. The DGCA and the civil aviation have unwittingly fallen into the trap of duopoly, and more importantly, their lack of response or responsibility of the government is hurting the citizens more. If you remember, Mr. Modi said that a person even with Hawaii chappal will be flying, but actually today in airports, Hawaii chappals are flying against the officials, and the citizens are throwing their chappals at officials here. This is what is happening.
Passengers are reporting tough challenges that they're facing in the check-in, check-out, as well as with their luggage. Who is responsible for it? In any government across the world which believes in accountability, heads would have rolled, resignations would have been sought. But it is only in India, ever since 2014, that nobody resigns for incompetence. Nobody resigns for accountability. Nobody resigns for transparency. So this clearly shows that they will now keep talking about, oh, we've asked for a show cause notice. Oh, we are putting up an investigation team. We are putting up a crack team. Why all of this only when outrage happens?
See, ministry have no idea what the rules they are getting into existence. If they get the rules, who will be the end sufferers? Yes, they want to implement these rules by DGCA. Last year itself, they have given the notifications that they want to get these rules, and they gave ample time. But the IndiGo's attitude is that we are the monopoly, and government will bow down to us. They went to the courts, they challenged in the courts, and finally, November, the rules have to be implemented. They have ignored, they have took lots of bookings, even though they knew that the DGCA is going to get these rules, and definitely they won't able to fly. And these things will happen is very well visible to the IndiGo people. And the major flaw is the DGCA and also the Aviation Ministry. If they want to implement by November 1st, what precautions they have taken to alert the people of this country? Now they are refunding money. What does the refund means? Just refunding money and saying that, yes, we have done, yesterday they have done 610 crores of refund, and they are very great and they are very happy, and their own management is thanking their staff for handling this crisis. This is not what people of this country is looking for.
1000 फ्लाइट, फिर 850 फ्लाइट, 600 फ्लाइट, और तो और जो हमारे में यहाँ से झारखंड से आता हो, रांची के फ्लाइट हमारे जान पहचान के लोग, हमारे 60,000 तक उन्हें पे करना पड़ा है। डीजीसीए क्या कर रही है इस पे? आपने किस आधार पर लोगों को बढ़ाने की परमिशन आपने दिया है? आप इससे बच नहीं सकते। नागरिक उड्डयन मंत्रालय क्या कर रहा है? आज एक तरफ यहाँ मोदी जी कहते थे हवाई चप्पल पहनने वाले भी जाएं, लेकिन यहाँ तो स्थिति ये हो गई, आपके पास पायलट नहीं है, जिस प्रकार का सफर करने पड़े हैं, ये यात्रियों को जो स्थिति इतनी कारुणिक दृश्य सामने देखने को मिला, तो पूरी सरकार, इसलिए मैंने कहा सरकार जो है आज भी मैं समझता हूं कि इन जो चीजें हैं, जो इन बातों के तरफ सरकार की नजर नहीं है।